You're most welcome. Assalamu alaikum. I am Ibn Sina, the doctor of doctors, but you may call me Avicenna. I was born in the year 980 of the Christian era. As long as I can remember, I've always been very interested in learning everything about everything. I read and memorized all the major available books by the time I was 16. Aristotle, Euclid, Al-Farabi, Galen, Al-Razi. I started practicing medicine when I was 18. Why am I famous? Because I wrote Al-Qanun, the canon of medicine. It was translated into Latin in the 12th century and became a textbook for medical schools all over Europe. It was considered to be the most important medical book from the 12th to the 17th centuries and ushered in your doctors into the Renaissance. My book was an encyclopedia, a first of its kind. It contained over 1 million words and was elaborately divided and subdivided. The most important division was into 5 books. What is important about my work? My training through contact with life was at least equal to my development in intellectual speculation. And later, I improved and adapted the theories of Greek sages to the reality of people's daily suffering. And because I believe I was ahead of my time. In the canon, I recognize the contagious nature of lung tuberculosis and the spread of disease by water and soil. I pointed out the importance of dietetics, the influence of climate and environment on health, and the surgical use of oral anesthetics. I advised surgeons to treat cancer in its early stages, ensuring the removal of all diseased tissues. The canon Materia Medica considers some 760 drugs. I recommended the testing of a new drug on animals and humans prior to general use. I pointed out the relationship between emotions and the physical condition. I talked about how music had a definite physical and psychological effect on patients. All this is stated in my book 1,000 years before your visit today. So what have you been doing all this time? A life outside medicine. At a certain point in my life, I was prime minister by day and a teacher by night. During the day, I was busy with the Amir's service, while a great deal of the night was passed in lecturing and dictating notes for my books. I completed 21 major and 24 minor works on philosophy, medicine, theology, geometry, astronomy, and the like. Students would come to my home and gather to read parts of my 2 most important books that I'd already completed, the Ashifa and the Qanun. Friends advise me to slow down and take life in moderation, but that's not in my character. I prefer a short life with width to a narrow one with length. One last word. I dedicated my existence to improving man's life through health, prosperity, and peace. 1,000 years later, the world is in your hands. Take care of it. People will be coming from the future to pay you a visit and ask about what you've been doing with life. Ma'as salama. I hope to welcome you again.